Hi, I'm Ted Radick with the Findlay Courier. I'm here with Dave Hanneman and Michael Burwell, and welcome to Week 8 of the high school football season. Michael, tell me, regardless of schedule, just based on their own schedule, their own league, their own merits, who's your top 5 football teams this year?
Top 5 football teams. We'll start at number 1, and we're going to have to go with Patrick Henry. Just what they've done this year, beating state-ranked Swanton last week. They're still undefeated. Beat Liberty Center early in the year. Beat really good Spencerville team. Actually crushed them week 1. Donnie Johnson's just really having a heck of a year at running back. And so Patrick Henry, I'd go number 1. Number 2, I'm going to have to go with OG. Obviously, they're still undefeated as well, but they're really going to be tested in the next few weeks with undefeated Walpock this week, then Elida next week, and undefeated St. Mary's for week 10. But boy, they've really played well this season, and quarterback Jake Hoffman, I mean, big guy, he's one of the best in the area. Number 3, I'd have to go with Findlay. Obviously, they came off a tough overtime loss against Lima Senior last week. But that's a pretty good Lima Senior team too, so I'd have to say Findlay 3. Number 4, going to have to go with Macomb, whose only blemish this year is a pasting from Marion Local, which Marion Local's beat a lot of good teams this year. Macomb's just really playing well again, and it's looking like they're obviously in the driver's seat to win the BBC. And number 5, there's about 4 or 5 teams that can fit in this list, but I'm going to have to go with Ada. They play in that rugged Northwest Conference where, once again, about everybody is good in that conference, and they just, week in and week out, I mean, all those teams kind of beat up on each other, but Ada's 5-2. They're going to be tested the next few weeks, so with Bluffton, Delphus Jefferson, and Allen East, but Seth Conley at quarterback having a really good year as well, so I have to say Ada would be number 5 on my list.
I would agree that Ada's kind of flown under the radar this year. They've been kind of quiet. They're down there and they're just winning and winning and winning some more. And Dave, we look at leagues. 2 stand out to me. One being, I think we've already talked a little bit this year about how rugged the Northwest Conference is. And it's kind of an interesting setup for the Western Buckeye League as we get ready to close out the season here.
Yeah, it is. They couldn't have set the schedule up any better. You got 3 undefeated teams, OG, St. Mary's, and Wapakoneta, and these 3 teams go head-to-head weeks 8, 9, and 10. So if you want to decide a champion, this is the way to do it. Just have your best teams match up the last 3 weeks of the season.
Purely by accident that they did this.
Accident, of course.
Okay, well, let's talk about the Trojans a little bit. They're coming off a loss. They've got a really good Toledo Central Catholic team coming up this week.
When you talk about good football programs, not just in Northwest Ohio in this area, in the state, you got to mention Toledo Central Catholic. They've been to the state championship game for 3 straight years, 2 championships, 1 runner-up trophy. It's just Deshaun Kaiser, he's the quarterback at Notre Dame. He played at this school. They're just they're the elite of the elite. They're the Coldwater. They're the Marion Local in this part of the state.
Okay. This Friday night, I will be back in beautiful Sycamore, Ohio. Upper Sandusky comes to play Mohawk. Cary's already beaten these 2 teams, so they get the Wyandotte County Championship, if you want to call it that. But, boy, one thing about Wyandotte County football, they will come out and they will hit you. So it should be a great game. Be sure and check the Courier on Saturday morning, thecourier.com Friday night, and we will see you again here next week.